Well, hi, good morning. Thank you so much for joining me in my shop. Today is June 1st, another month, and another beautiful day. It's been just fantastic weather here. Sunshine everywhere, and the air not so hot, no high humidity. It's really been wonderful here, and I know other parts of the world are suffering something terrible right now. Pakistan, India, and other parts of Asia, and I think, as usual, parts of the United States are cooking up also, but not here. It's fantastic here, for now, anyway. So, what am I going to do with this radio? So, I don't want to do a full restoration. It's had a partial restoration done. It seems to operate fairly well. I think what I would do next is align the radio, and if possible, move it out the door at that point, in favor of another radio coming in here. So to do an alignment, these are the antenna connections here. I'm just going to remove. Everything is done from the top or the side. There's a side adjustment over here. Couldn't find any alignment instructions. That's not leaving me feeling so good. Let's just flip this over. Okay. So no alignment instructions, although I did find a schematic. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 adjustments here. It's a 2-band radio. Band markings are written across the front here, even though they're on the glass back in the cabinet. They're here also. So I should be able to align it. The 2 adjustments here. And don't believe there's anything on the back. Nope, just 2 on the sides, 4 on the top, and of course the 2 IF transformers. By the way, I did notice this capacitor is a replacement. It's not the original. And so somebody's done a lot of work on this radio. First thing we're going to do is align the IF. Now, the last little radio I did had an IF trap on the side of it, which I didn't realize what it was. There was an adjustment on the side. Didn't seem to make much difference, and it wouldn't seem to make much difference. It was an IF trap. Now, I didn't realize it. Now, what about this radio? Same situation. It has something fancy. We've got we got 6 adjustments. We have 2 sections here. One is going to be for the oscillator, local oscillator, and the other one is going to be for the antenna. It's a 5-tube radio. So it's got an IF amplifier, probably this one, a detector, and then a mixer tube here with no front end tube. So why all these adjustments? There's 2 bands. So you're going to have an oscillator and you're going to have an antenna adjustment. What's the last one? The ones that are down here, maybe these are in series with the capacitors. There's no markings here. There's no way to tell which one's which, what's doing what. I suppose I could do some wire tracing or maybe study the schematic for a while. What's that hole there? That hole there is another adjustment. Oh my gosh, now there's an odd number of adjustments. Well, how to figure this out? I think we'll have to put it on a band. We're pretty sure which band we're on. Be the broadcast band because of this wonky band control. And twiddle each one of these. See which one's having what effect. Maybe I will find half of them having some effect. Then I know that they're part of that band. That's kind of the process I'll have to do, I guess. But for now, we can do the IF. Find out what kind of performance improvement we might luck into with that. Now, the radio's been fairly well taken care of by somebody. Assumably, they had the wherewithal to do a proper alignment on the radio. Or would they have undertaken all that work and then not be able to align the radio in the end? Or just do it by ear, or some other less appropriate way. So we're going to feed the IF right into the antenna. Now, I just mentioned the last radio had an IF trap, which is supposed to make this difficult, if not impossible, to do. Who's the antenna? Who's the ground? Okay. This is the antenna. This is the ground connection here. Okay, signal generator's hooked up. I'm not sure what frequency we're on. It looks like probably on 455 until this guy settles down. Someday I may actually have to fix this. Interesting, it's stable. There we go. Wow, that suggests that switch is a problem. That's about the best troubleshooting I've ever done on this guy right here. Now, 455. Let's power up the radio. Everything is safe. There we go. So I'm going to feed the intermediate frequency at the radio. Hopefully we'll hear something come out of the speaker, and then I'll tune it up with these adjustments here. There it is. Very weak. Let's tune the signal generator a little bit and just find out where the peak actually is. Very close. Very weak. Okay, we're just going to do this by ear. Got a little out of that one. Let's see how we did now. You have to put a meter on to get any better. I'm too lazy. Yeah. I may have to put a meter on it. The ear thing's not working well. Can we put a meter on this easily? Maybe we cannot, actually. Let me just try this one more time here. Not getting there. That's why you're not supposed to do it this way. So my device here is a little inaccurate, and the number it shows is higher than the frequency it actually is. Is that right? No, it's the other way around. So 454 is kind of the peak, but that's good. Yeah. Okay. Not much there at all. Now, these other adjustments, though, they come along with a lot of anxiety for just fooling around with them. That's really not a recommended thing, but let's do this. So I'm going to fashion a pointer on my adjusting. A flag, actually. We'll call it a flag. Like that. So I can see, as I turn it, what I'm doing. I can return things to where they came from. So right now the radio, I believe, is on the broadcast band. I'm going to tune it right around 1,000,000. That'd be right about here. And we'll set the frequency. Here comes the noise. We'll set the frequency. Set this up. Wow, that's way off. That's way off. This was set to 1,000,000. Let's set this up a little higher here. And right on the band change of my signal generator. So we'll set this on 1200, right on the mark. Volume down a bit, and 1200. See how it's way out, way out. Okay, so first thing we want to do is figure out which one of these adjustments is for the oscillator, and start moving it. So what we'll bring this like that, and I'll just touch each one of these and see if any of them have an effect. Probably not. So touching them has done nothing. I'm going to wiggle them and try to return them to exactly where they were. Oh, that's the oscillator right there. Okay, found it right off the bat. That's got to be the oscillator. So we want this to be 1200. So we're going to hopscotch our way there. close. That's about as far as that one's going to go. Now there may be another adjustment. Try this one here. Right next to it, not likely. Just move it a little bit. No. These screws are loose. Somebody's been at them. That one was sticky. None of those are changing the oscillator. Two on the side. No. Yeah, this one does. Is it moving it, or is it just changing it? So I'm going to tune the radio a little bit. Tune. No, that's the band switch, man. Don't touch that. And then, yeah, this is an oscillator over here. So one is meant to be done at one end of the band and the other at the other. And now I'm going to take a guess. The one I've got right now is meant to be done at this end of the band. We're going to go down there. Oh, I've got to lubricate this. So I'm down at the lower end of the band. We'll go to 600. For some reason. 600. It's pretty close. Really quite close. Okay, we'll try adjusting this one and see how sensitive it is. Pretty sensitive. So the problem before, I'm not going to get this right, was I couldn't get the oscillator up high enough, had the capacitor too open. So I'm going to close this. It's not having much effect on the frequency, is it? Now it is. Okay, so now it's in a much better normal sort of position for one of these trimmers. Go a little further. Now I'm going to try to bring this back with the other trimmer. Okay, one by ear. That be the spot. Go up to the other end of the band. Hope I'm doing this right. Go up and do this at the 140 mark. That's 140. Way down below, way low. So now we'll try moving it up. This one. There we are. Okay, I think I succeeded with that. Chances are the oscillator pattern is the same for the short wave with the trimmer. That would mean one more of these is a oscillator and the other two are antenna. One of the two antennas is for broadcast. Chances are it doesn't make much difference. Let's give it a go. I got my flag here. Okay, what does this one do? Nothing. What does this one do? Nothing. Well, that's not very reassuring. What does this one do? Nothing. And what does this one do? Nothing. Okay, we're going to switch to the short wave band. How am I going to do that? First I'm going to dial to 10. Often short wave alignments are just done in the middle of the band. Although this is 6 to 16, so it may have stuff at either end. Let's start with 10 and we'll see how we're doing here. I have to first of all find the band. We'll switch this up to 10. Oh, my numbers have gone. 10 is just like bad. It's a bad spot. It's right on the band change here. 10 is down in this range. Oh, I haven't done this. I haven't tried band change yet. So the band was, middle was the broadcast, one side shortwave and the other side phonos. I think shortwave this way. No, I think it's this way.
Listen to Professor Mackay on the extraordinary difficulty involved in pre-existence as a concept at all.
That's pretty good.
It is best to begin
That's pretty good.
difficulty. Into the main difficulties encountered in all incarnational and Trinitarian theology. As soon as we record.
That's actually pretty good. So that's 9330 we were just listening to, and it's right in the right area. That's 10. This is 10. Good. This thing is stabilized again. Is it 10? Oh, wow, it's right on the money. Huh. And very sensitive. I'm going to leave that alone because I'm not sure what I'm doing. It's all working well. If I get in there and mess around, that's a pretty, that's a moderate signal. That's a weaker signal. That's a communications grade signal. Not bad. I think it's not bad. I think I'm wise once again to leave well enough alone instead of trying to improve things that are already working really well. Okay, that's it for this radio. So tomorrow the radio I'll have in here. Oh, it's kind of funny, eh? The radio I'll have in here is going to be a great big honker and big Hallicrafters radio, I believe. And we're going to try to figure out why it doesn't work. It doesn't work at all, and I just want to make it work. So that's the objective tomorrow. But of course, good weather interferes with all this. I'm heading out to do all kinds of yard work today. Retaining wall reconstruction, lawn mowing, plant digging, everything else under the sun. Yeah, under the sun. Great. Okay, thanks a lot for watching the series on this radio, and I'll see you on the next one.